everyone, and welcome back to Danganronpa V3 Killing Harmony Blind. In the last couple of ones, I guess, we figured out that Kyo killed Angie and Tenko. Kind of to my surprise. I mean, at the same time, not. I guess he was, like, one of my only suspects for Angie's murder. But I really didn't expect that they wouldn't do their usual plot twist sort of thing. But, yeah, I guess yeah, maybe I should have seen that coming because of, like, fuck. I already went over this in the last episode. The accomplices idea from Danganronpa 1. They set that up nice and early and then didn't do it until chapter 3. So I guess I should have seen that coming. But I didn't. I guess because I'm stupid, I guess? I don't know, leave it to V3 to slightly subvert the formula, which ends up massively subverting the formula, you know? Considering that, you know, admittedly, well, I did say this in Danganronpa 2, I think some of the apparent links between 1 and 2's structure are tenuous at best. They do kind of exist. I mean, this game has stood on its own pretty well, I'm not gonna lie, but still, yeah. Maybe I should really expect at this point that V3 is just gonna throw me for a loop every single fucking time. Because it has, and it does. Well, I guess it didn't really throw me that hard last time. In chapter 2, but you know, it was still different enough. I mean, first killer in a good long while who isn't that sympathetic, but also is to a degree sympathetic, which makes Kirumi pretty unique as far as a blackened goes. Yeah. Let's move on, shall we? I'm interested to hear about Kyo's motive and everything else weird that he's brought out. Wow, seriously? You're correct again. Amazing! This is the 3rd correct verdict in a row. If you manage to get 12 correct verdicts in a row, you'll proceed to the bonus round! Oh god, a Danganronpa game with 12 chapters? You'd need a lot of characters, but, I mean, you could eventually get there. How's this gonna last that long? I mean, I guess if, like, 12 people committed suicide for separate trials, you know? I guess you could get to it then, because you still you'd have more than 2 people at the end, yeah. Beep boop.
For now.
It's finally over.
No, not yet. I haven't heard his answer yet. Kyo, why? Why did you kill Angie and Tenko?
Right.
Yeah, he no need to kill them both, no matter what motive he have. Motive?
Hey! Did your motive have something to do with the transfer student who was resurrected? Even if it did, though, how did that trigger a murder?
Don't tell me. Were you actually scared of the resurrection ritual, Kaito? Shut up! I never said I was scared. Of the resurrection ritual, specifically. Well, I mean, move on!
The resurrection ritual had nothing to do with it.
Nothing to do with it? I mean, yeah, I kind of imagine it couldn't have, right? Like, how would it?
Because we're friends, I'll tell you. I never once believed in that ritual.
Which makes sense. He sort of espoused this before, right?
I would never kill someone over such a silly thing as that. What? And so it has nothing to do with the motive?
Well, I mean, that's fair. That kind of makes sense. It was really difficult to imagine that the motive would actually work as a motive here. It could, but I don't think in the circumstances we were given it would have.
But that doesn't mean you don't have a motive, Kyo. What was it?
Then why?
Yes.
For the one that I love.
Okay.
There is someone that I love.
From the bottom of my heart. Someone so dear. Someone I long for.
I love her with all my heart.
Oh.
She loves me with all her heart.
I didn't expect to see this today. Damn, Kyo, is that what you look like under your outfit? Or maybe Kyo's the one with the great ass, you know? I mean, they kind of do look like the same person, just one of them's a bit smaller and less muscular.
Yes. We vowed an endless love to each other, forever bound by fate. None can come between us. We are bound by an intense love, no matter what anyone says.
Is Kyo about to pull... Sorry, just thinking of that, is Kyo about to pull a Chihiro on me? Is Kyo a woman? I can't tell if that's where the game's gonna go or not.
What?
Bragging about your perfect love life? Fuck you! Some of us aren't that lucky.
So see this lover of yours, you had to escape.
Don't tell me.
That's why you killed Angie and Tenko. But why did you need to kill both?
I don't know, maybe? It seems like it, but also, I don't know. The fact that we're bringing this up now and Himiko's about to be interrupted, I don't know, I feel like Kyo's about to throw something weird at us, but it would be interesting if they, if this was about the last motive, maybe?
If you asked if I did it to escape this place, my answer would be no.
What? So you committed murder? Well, I guess that could make sense. If he committed murder with the express purpose to be caught, I guess doing two would help with that. But
Wonderful.
Because I have no need to escape this place. The one I love is inside.
inside,
Don't look at me! I'm not his lover!
yeah, don't worry, me. I didn't guess. Calm down. No one wanted a disgusting shit-stuffed bitch like you, anyway. Good lord, Kokichi, simmer down. Oh my god! Oh, I fucking love her. She's terrible. I love her so much. Oh.
What the what?
Kyo! Who is it? Who's this person you love?
Is it really one of us? When I say inside, I don't mean inside this academy.
You see,
I mean inside me.
sister.
Yes, the one I love lives inside me. My dearest sister.
Now, I remember him bringing this up before, right? In chapter 1. When we randomly talked to him one time. I can't remember exactly what he was saying to Kaede. It might have been about love, actually, which... Oh, awkward foreshadowing. Not well, I mean, like, kind of good foreshadowing, but, like, awkward in the sense that it's, awkward if this is not what I thought it was. Because it capitalized sister. I thought maybe he was talking about, like, someone religious, like, a sister. But especially considering this music. And I did contemplate it at the time. I don't think it's a sister. I think it might be his sister. Care to explain, Kyo? Sister?
Don't look at me! I'm not his sister!
Well, duh. If you weren't, sister, he would have killed himself. Oh, he would have killed himself already. Oh my god. Oh, I fucking love this banter he has with her.
Your sister? But didn't you say she was your lover?
It is not that difficult. My sister is my lover.
Oh my. Oh, that's why they look the same.
I loved her so deeply, and she loved me so deeply.
Yeah, what does that say up there? No physical connection. Oh, are you trying to... Oh, I didn't even think about that. You're trying to tell me that his dick is not inside her right now? I mean, that's fair enough. It doesn't have to be. You can hug naked and not be having sex. It's fine. It's fine, as if that's a social taboo. Hugging naked but not fucking? Ugh! Reprehensible.
The fact that we were siblings meant nothing to us.
I mean... You do you, I guess, Keo! I mean... Are you blood related? Is it like step siblings? Half siblings? Full siblings? I mean, go off, I guess. I mean, I know it's illegal, but I mean, if you both love each other, I'm not. Look, I don't condone incest, but also it's not as if it's the world's greatest crime, you know? It sure is a crime in the gene pool, but I mean, it's not murder, is it? You know? God, speaking of it though, Danganronpa has a weird thing for incest, doesn't it? I mean, to be fair, I guess anime sort of just has a thing for incest. I know it's, in that sense, I guess incest in Japan is sort of like a fetishization of like the role of the older sibling, specifically like older brothers, in relation to the rest of the family as like a protector. Sort of weaves in with that like Oedipus complex idea, right? Of like the person in charge of the family, like, well, I guess that's like the female version, but like, you know, the child becomes attracted to the parent because it's like that's what they're supposed to have in the future, but like that's that like they're the only person in their life who is that thing, so they therefore must want that thing, i.e. that person. Which I guess doesn't work if for the sake of the Oedipus complex, you have a bad mother. I guess that wouldn't work, but yeah, I think that's sort of how it goes, right? Sorry, I'm not up to date on my incest lore, believe it or not. But yeah, because like we had this with Mukuro and Junko, which is an example of bad mother, I will say. Like I don't understand what Mukuro sees in Junko. But we also had a lot of like incest comments from Toko about Kamaru and Makoto. And yeah, I'm not gonna shuffle around this one. I have not that I've gone looking for it, but I have certainly seen that some people agree with Toko, shall we say. Yikes. Yeah, wow, I can't believe Danganronpa 2 was the only one that didn't have incest. That's crazy.
They called it forbidden love, but none could stop the love we shared.
I mean, Kyo would know all about that forbidden social shit, wouldn't he?
Oh, how I long for my sister's warmth.
God damn it, Todd. What a good vocal performance, but Jesus Christ,
The
Todd.
only time I felt at peace was when I was enveloped in my sister's warmth.
Well, that's just kind of sad. I'm sorry, man.
For my beloved sister.
That is why, for my beloved sister, I had to...
Always messing around.
Try to escape from here, right?
No, I had to kill for her.
Huh? What?
Sister.
And sister was very sickly. She was always in and out of the hospital ever since she was a child. Because of that, she didn't have many friends. She always seemed so lonely.
However,
Even if I could be her little brother
Oh, little brother. Oh, okay.
and her lover, I couldn't be her friend.
Oh, well, that's interesting. So what? Is he like, I might have to delve into some free time events for that, but like, I wonder, is Kyo... I wonder if he like pursued it so that she could experience having a lover. You know what I mean? Because like if you're constantly sick and going in and out of hospital, it does put a strain on your relationships. Outside of the family, at least, because you know those are pre-existing relationships. You can't exactly create new ones unless you already had them. Which in which case it wouldn't be a new one, but yeah, she's constantly going in and out. So I mean that's very very nice of you, Kyo, but maybe it should have been the other way around, and you should have been her friend instead of her lover.
So I thought I'd find some friends. Friends for my dear deceased sister.
Deceased?
do you understand?
My sister is now a ghost, so her friends should be ghosts too, right?
For my beloved
For
sister.
sister's sake, I've killed many.
To send her 100 friends. And that's what he meant. Jesus Christ! He looks like a creep, and turns out he is one too. God damn it, Kaede! He's a fucking serial killer! I mean, fucking insane. It sounds like he thinks he's doing this out of love, right? Like he thinks this is for the best. I'm doing this for the person I love. This is going to make them happy. I mean, look, that's admirable, Kyo, but I don't think you're supposed to do it like this.
They're all wonderful people, worthy of being sister's friends.
Well, I guess that's a compliment to the people you've killed. What?
Incomprehensible.
This is too impossible to understand. Too impossible.
Sister.
Sister is very happy.
Yes.
Oh my god, that's his sister. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, that's fucking why he was... Oh, no! Oh, the Onmyoji thing runs a bit deeper than just relating to the seance. Okay. Alright, Kyo. Oh, he even said it before, right? Like he was saying it to Maki, and then she was like, shut up. He's had spirits go inside him before. Kyo! Jesus Christ. We are getting very Ace Attorney with this one.
Yes, Korekio. I am very happy. Thanks to you, I am not lonely.
What? Could it be that the lipstick version of Kyo is?
Korekio's older sister.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you for looking after my little brother.
What the hell? Yeah, that seems about right, Kaito.
After I lost my beloved sister, I was so distraught I
Nearly?
went mad.
I don't know about that, Kyo. I don't know about nearly.
But sister came to save me.
I am pleased.
She visited me during one of my seances and stayed inside me.
Sister.
Now I can see her whenever I want. I'm never lonely.
Korekio.
That's wonderful, Korekio. Your love made the impossible possible.
Are you serious?
Are you serious? Is this really a spirit?
I told you.
He's just delusional.
I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't know if I should believe this or not. I mean, he's definitely nutty. But you know, I was gonna save this for the end of chapter review that I'll do in like 20 minutes probably. In a lot of ways, I feel like this has tried to be Danganronpa 2 chapter 3 but good, and it has massively achieved that. Right down to this, right? Like the Mikan, oh, for the one I love thing, was like fine, it tied into the plot or whatever, but because it was so vague and Mikan was an entirely different person for it, it just felt so empty and meaningless. And ultimately, it wasn't. I mean, it was empty, but it wasn't meaningless. Granted, it was meaningless in the context of, you know, Mikan's relationship, because Junko, like, never mentions her at all, but obviously that makes sense, because it's, like, ultimate despair, but also, that's a terrible motive, because, look, I know I'm playing Danganronpa, but, like, the hope and despair thing is pretty boring. Again, like, I've said this before, right? I think it's massively boring to have just, like, this ideology and not explore it, right? Because, like, Junko sort of explores it in Danganronpa 1, but never touches it again, and you're supposed to just understand what that means. Monica, it's a little bit different. It makes a lot more sense with her, because her idea of despair is emulating Junko, which is a big part of her character. She wants to be Junko because she idolizes her. So that you know, clearly based on the ending of Ultra Despair Girls and Danganronpa 3, Monica doesn't really believe any of that shit. She doesn't have that ideology. She just wants to be like her idol, which makes sense. The Makoto, like, his hope thing isn't really important until, like, Danganronpa 3, and it's actually explored in Danganronpa 3, and as is Munakata's, which makes it a lot more interesting. This whole, honestly, I think, like, the hope side of it is just more interesting. Like, even Nagito, as much as he doesn't really explain it, like, he explains an abstract concept with an abstract concept, at least he has an explanation for it. The despair side of it is just bad things are bad. Ha ha ha, I like bad. Which ultimately, you know, is fine for, like, when you bring out the ultimate despair's plot twist, it's not like a bad thing, because the despair part obviously isn't, like, important. Like, the ideological standpoint doesn't matter. Obviously, Danganronpa 3 actually does make this a little bit worse, because no one actually has that ideology, but also that's fine, because that's not the interesting part of that twist anyway, so it's like, I don't really mind. But yeah, like, it totally kills Mikan, because it's entirely fucking pointless. This is, meaningful, weird, illegal, kind of creepy in its own way, but it's much more interesting. It's way more interesting. And Kyo actually being a psychopath is way more interesting than Mikan being a psychopath, but also not being a psychopath. Because Mikan's already, whatever. Mikan's already an abuser. Well, kind of. Like an abuser in the making anyway. So it's like you could have just rolled with that, but no, because you wanted to set up this plot twist that, to be fair, the characters don't even address, so it feels like it was kind of just thrown in there pointlessly. Whatever. We can talk about how poorly Danganronpa 2 Chapter 3 was handled later.
What a sad girl who can't even believe in the power of love.
Yeah, okay, fuck you too. Either way, he's totally out of his mind. I mean, he killed for a dead chick.
You said you killed a lot already, right? So it wasn't just the 2 you killed here? I mean, I guess that makes sense why he would go for 2. Granted, I guess he wasn't even really going for 2, was he? It just sort of happened, but, like, he could do it anyway. And, like, it's sort of what he said earlier. It doesn't seem like he necessarily needs to get out. It's like he could get caught so long as he did the murders. Like, that accomplishes his goal. Granted, if he got away with it, he'd kill a couple more girls. But,
What was that?
What?
Seems like he was already crazy before he got here.
Because
You didn't kill to escape from here. That wasn't your purpose from the get-go. You just wanted to slaughter a bunch, huh?
acceptable.
Do not make me out to be some bloodthirsty, indiscriminate killer. I only kill girls who I think are worthy of being sisters' friends.
Oh, of course. Got to get to the right criteria. Yeah, as I said, sort of a compliment to the people he's killed. Only girls? I mean, I sort of picked that up, right? That seems to make sense with what he was saying, right? Right? I don't know. Maybe I just picked that up out of nowhere. I don't know, I tend to do that, don't I, Danganronpa? It's like something they don't quite say, but like they kind of imply it, and then I'm just like, oh yeah, that must be fact, instead of just an implication. I see. So when we were deciding on who should be the medium...
Before that, let's choose a spiritual medium. It would work best with a girl.
And I totally fell for it because of Ace Attorney. You said it would work best with a girl.
I spent my time evaluating all the girls here.
Wonderful.
And besides Maki and Miyu, they were all worthy.
Wow. You leave Maki alone, Kyo. Miyu, I understand, but leave Maki alone.
All worthy of being sisters' friends.
Oh, worthy.
Yay! How come I'm not included? I mean, not like I care.
And the second victim could have been me. Tenko died in place of me.
Shit, that's... Oh my fucking god.
I'll do it. I can't think of anyone but me that Angie's spirit should go in. No, I'll do it.
Excellent.
Himiko would have been great, but Tenko volunteering made me so happy. Her noble, earnest heart made her a perfect friend for sister.
Wonderful.
She even infiltrated the student council to protect Himiko.
Huh? Infiltrate? Really?
But how did you... It was obvious to me. I have studied many people.
And he is an expert on love, isn't he? God damn it. I knew he was too good in bed. Oh.
Can this be?
Actually, fuck, that puts his love hotel into a weird spot. His ideal lover was a one-night stand? And not his sister? Oh. Actually, I get... That does put that into a weird perspective, doesn't it? Did he maybe not... Yeah, maybe it is then. He didn't really love his sister so much as he wanted to make her happy, I guess, maybe? Like, that wasn't what he necessarily wanted for his love life. But he was more interested in making his sister happy than being happy himself. And then when she died, he fucking went off the deep end. You know what? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, actually. Jesus Christ, I didn't expect the Love Hotel, of all things, to give me a good look into a character's psyche. Jesus Christ.
Yes, she stood up against the darkness of the school all by herself. All for her beloved friend.
Beautiful.
I was so touched by that. Wonderful. She was a perfect friend for sister. I can't understand why you didn't like her, Himiko.
Yeah, she was just a bit much for Himiko, I think. I mean, I don't think you meant to, Kyo, but wow, way to, like, really guilt-trip Himiko there.
Though I was planning on having you become sister's friend too. Eventually.
No way.
What? You do all that for... Wow, you did all that just to kill. For you to go that far, that's pretty impressive. You were interested in the caged child just so you could use it to kill someone, right?
Let's see.
It interested me as an anthropologist, of course, but more than that.
For my beloved sister.
I wanted to kill for sister. I cannot deny that overpowering feeling. Oh God.
Are you okay?
Kaito, are you okay?
You look kind of pale. Don't worry about it. Let's focus on Kyo right now, man.
Allow me to explain, though. I did not plan to kill both of them. I knew I would have plenty of chances after escaping this place. But Angie walked on me preparing, and I ended up killing her a different way. So I figured I may as well kill someone else too.
Wow. I mean, that makes sense. I was kind of figuring that, but to hear him actually say it, just...
Yes, I killed for the sake of killing.
I mean, it totally works with his MO. God damn, fucking hell. I mean, Chapter 3 always does this, right? They make the killer super unsympathetic, and like it kind of makes sense. They have like masterminded this whole plan where they killed like 2 people just to get out. But it's like, I don't know. I've got to admit that Kyo's is a little more layered than that, and I think it's really cool. Again, I don't condone incest, but I think it's pretty fucking cool. Like, there's a method to his madness, but it's still fucking madness. We've never had a killer like this. I'll get into it in the chapter review, but I really fucking like it. What can I say? God, I fucking loved this chapter. It was so good.
After all, it would be a shame to just waste the seance trick I prepared.
You're talking like you killed her just because you could.
No, not just because I could. I was sending another friend to sister. It was not I could. I must. You're such a thoughtful little brother. It was bad to get greedy.
No, I sympathize, Kyo. You know, it's like trying to get that extra kill to level up a unit in Fire Emblem, but in doing so, you get just a little bit greedy, and you forget that there's an ambush spawn Pegasus Knight right then, and it swoops down and fucking one rounds the weakling you sent up, and they just got that perfect level up too. And just like, fuck! Now I'm gonna have to restart the entire chapter. We've all been there.
You're right. Because of that, now I can't send 100 friends to sister. Do you understand now? Those were the circumstances of Kyo's crime. Korekio's crime.
I do not understand. This is all too impossible for me to understand. I don't know, I kind of get it. It's insanity, but I kind of get it. That's right. Killing 2 friends for your dead sister?
But how?
That's wrong. That's so wrong.
Oh, don't get so worked up. There's something I learned after sister's death.
Do not worry.
Death only changes a person's form. The soul lives on as a ghost.
That's right.
That's right. Even though I'm a ghost now, I am always by Korekio's side.
Sister.
Thank you, sister. I love you.
Cut it out already. I don't understand anything you're saying. Nothing's making sense.
Oh, the poor girl's crying.
It's not fair. Why did Angie and Tengo have to die for something so unfair?
Because death is unfair.
Yeah?
All deaths are unfair deaths. Why do you think news stations get such high ratings when they're reporting about death? Because everyone likes unfair deaths.
No, Danganronpa. Actually, Hiyoko, cough, cough, cough. Fuck you. Wrong person to be saying that, Monokuma. Fuck you.
Maybe.
Well, if you look at it like that, this whole killing game embodies that philosophy, right? Now that's true. That was what, Danganronpa was the whole idea was based off of. That's why it's teenagers killing each other. It's like, it's extra unfair. And the idea of ultimates plays into that as well, because they're not just some bums. They're like the future. The future of humanity, and they're fucking killing each other, and then it's like, oh, well, they're actually killing each other for no reason. Oops. Gifted high school students forced to play a killing game. Yeah, well, you got it, Kokichi. Are you Kodaka? Man, if people were watching this, they would get a kick out of it. Yeah. Isn't that right, audience? Yeah. I mean, I get it, right? It is pretty fucked to enjoy this. And you know what? I'll take my high ground here and say that this is my least favorite part of Danganronpa anyway. So, you know, I've got some moral superiority here, Kokichi. But yeah, no, I mean, it is pretty fucked that we enjoy this, right? Like, I've sort of come to think about that, right? That I was wishing death upon Akane, and I'm kind of wishing death on Samugi, but I also treat this as if it's real for like the sake of the characters, so I can understand them a bit better. And in that context, I am actually wishing for a person to die. It's kind of fucked. If people were watching this, fourth wall, and knock off the bullshit. Only sick fucks would enjoy watching this. I know, right? Aren't we fucking insane? Oh yeah, if I wasn't in this killing game, I would have so much fun watching. Oh boy.
The nature of this killing game is yet shrouded in mystery. But my role in it is over. I have finished my explanation to you, friends.
Sister.
I think I shall go and see her now. My beloved sister.
I guess that's a good point, yeah. He kind of wins either way, doesn't he? You lucky bastard.
Sister.
I was unable to send her 100 friends, but at least I can see her again now. It's all right, sweet Korekio. Come to me.
Yeah, looks like you're already prepared. Now then, let's get started. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time!
Oh god. Punishment time. E3's had some really brutal ones. I'm not looking forward to this.
Sister.
My beloved sister. At long last, I'll finally get to see you again.
That's right.
Yes, from now on, no one will try to stop us. We can be together without having to hide our love from others.
Wait, I can't accept this!
Like I said, there's no such thing as a death that can be accepted.
From an anthropological.
Why do you think so many different cultures have funeral rites?
I mean, yeah, he couldn't accept the death of his sister, right? I know I'm trying to get into like the logic of someone who doesn't have logic. It's kind of what defines a psychopath in a way, but you know.
Why do you think rumors of ways to resurrect the dead never cease?
Yes.
The living must find a reason, however forced, to accept death when it happens.
Very true, and I see that your method of coping was very illegal.
How you come to terms with death also determines how you live, yes?
What?
That was the answer I reached. How about you?
Good, he's aware.
How will you live a life that faces death?
I prepared a special punishment for the ultimate anthropologist, Korekio Shinguji.
I will watch over you all as a ghost. As your friend, I will watch over you.
Oh man, and he's still calling us like he thinks we think of him as a friend. I know we forgave Kirumi when we really shouldn't have. I don't know if we're gonna forgive you, Kyo. It was kind of fucked what you did, but that also goes to show just how fucked he is. That he thinks it doesn't matter.
That's right.
It won't be just me and Korekio. All those who died will be watching.
Well, I guess there's some small comfort in that, I suppose. And I mean, we already knew that, right? How ghosts are handled in this universe, or spirits, I guess. I guess that is a small comfort, eh? That even though they're gone, they're not quite gone. You know? It actually goes into some real life death ideas there, eh?
I'll be watching to see how you face the death of your friends.
Humanity is
I'll be watching forever and ever.
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
Don't know if I'm ready for this one. What do you got for me, Kyo? Cultural melting pot. All right. See, the ropes are back. Oh no, his hat. Sorry, I'll shut up. Oh, they meant melting pot, literally. Oh. Oh shit. Monokuma just stole his bitch. Well, I wasn't expecting Monodam to just fucking die. Poor guy. Fucking killed himself. Poor fucking... Oh, no! Well, at least Monotaro's still alive, I guess. I can do his voice for at least one chapter longer. Well, I guess since Monodam was killing them, maybe we'll have him for the rest of the game? I'd be alright with that. I love the bullshit that comes out of his mouth. Yeah, that wasn't as good as the other ones, but that was still a very good execution. Very fucking brutal. Like, melting is fucking... Well, I guess it's not melting, it's like exercising or whatever, but like fucking destroying his spirit. Fuck, wow. I guess there's one person who's not going to be watching forever and ever, eh? But I guess that's always the point, right? Monokuma never lets you quite have what you want in your executions. A la Celeste, but done way better. Although, interestingly, his sister also threw the salt at him, which actually just kind of makes sense. Probably is like a... Kyo, what the fuck have you done? I didn't really want this, you fucking psycho. Yeah, I think that's a good indication that his sister spirit probably wasn't actually inside him, and he was just fucking insane, like overcome by grief or whatever. But well, we can talk about that later. Yeah, no, that's still pretty good, all things considered. Yeah, fucking bruh. Sorry, nearly knocked over like everything right next to me. Pretty fucking brutal though, being melted alive. Way more interesting. Well, not interesting. I don't know. I guess seeing it is it's a way more brutal version of Teru's execution. I like that one. What?
No! Monodam, why? What the? You think my cute child would commit suicide? Ah, it's so cute. It's so friggin' cute that he would kill himself because he couldn't get along. Monodam committed suicide. And I knew this would happen. I would have been nicer to him. The only reason Monodam obsessed over getting along was because everyone but me bullied him.
Wow. A very Monokuma thing to say.
Yeah, the other Monocoms drove him to suicide, but not me. Hey, who's Monodam? Huh? You already forgot? That's kind of scary. Well, looks like another class trial is wrapped up without incident, so I'm gonna take back this here Necronomicon. Seems like a waste, though. You guys sure you don't want to use it? You guys should have brought someone back to life and added them to your roster.
Shut up! How long are you gonna keep talking about that?
Ignore him. The whole resurrection ritual is obviously a lie.
He's just trying to shake us mentally to get us to panic.
What's the point?
I'm assuming you'll think another murder will happen if you do that, right?
Who can say?
Well, ways. If none of you were gonna use it, you should have let me have it. Then I could have resurrected one of my dead siblings.
Which one?
Well, I don't know. They were all pretty terrible, actually.
Wait, did one of us die? I could have sworn it's just been the two of us this whole time. Yeah, it's too bad you missed your chance to raise the dead. That's what you get for doubting me. Too bad.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I should take him at his word. Like, it's ridiculous, but who knows? Maybe it could have worked. I genuinely don't know.
Even now, he still talks about raising the dead.
Always messing around.
Man, this is stupid. What people believe in is up to them, but living people shouldn't have to suffer because of the dead. Well put, Kaito. Well put.
Of course.
The living are more precious than the dead. No matter what. Kind of weird for a traditional guy to say that, actually. Like, at least have some respect for the dead, but yeah, I agree.
That's not something a coward like you should say. It was pretty cool, but you shouldn't be saying it.
Shut up. Leave me alone.
But there's one thing this case taught me. I thought there was a god watching over us, but there isn't after all. Not in this academy.
Yeah, you're right.
You're right.
Well, that's why we have to work together, right? Face it together. Our ultimate talents are the best weapons we have.
Gonta do his best.
Then Gonta do his best to keep everyone safe. Gonta wanna protect everyone.
But your talent is entomology.
I don't want Shuichi to use his ultimate talent anymore. I'm getting sick of class trials.
Aw, that's very sweet of you, Maki, in your own way.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey, your talent as an assassin is way more trouble. When are you gonna use that, huh? Oh. You know what? I'll say this now. I was gonna save this for the end as well. I'm actually really both surprised and impressed. I genuinely thought they were gonna just have Maki mope about being useless and emo for like at least 2 chapters. It's taken one for her to turn around. And like normally maybe I'd think maybe that's a bit too quick, but she's got a lot of focus here, and like just honestly the investigation alone is enough to validate this for me. I like her. I like her a lot.
I'll work hard until everyone trusts my ultimate talent.
Huh? Yeah, fuck you, Kokichi, you shit stirrer. Board it up. The Maki was an assassin just to make the game interesting. And look at her now. It actually left her in a better place than where she started. Fuck you. Piece of shit. Fuck you. Fun as he can be sometimes, I fucking hate him.
It may not be possible now, but I'll put in the effort so everyone can trust me. I won't run away anymore. I want to survive and escape this place with everyone. Maki.
I see. I wonder how long that'll last. One of your true calling as a killer shows. Don't underestimate her. Maki Roll's one of my sidekicks.
I don't remember being your sidekick. Also, didn't I tell you to stop calling me Maki Roll?
Oh, you guys are so close now. This must be the powerful bond of friendship. But I would have preferred it to happen sooner, especially after losing 7 people. Oh, yeah, fucking don't bring up like, oh yeah, this is what I was planning all along. Oh, it's so easy for him to do, and it just makes him even more fucking hateable. Makes sense for his writing, but he's fucking unlikable as hell. Right. Only 9 people left now. God, don't put it like that, guys. Well, what do you know? The dumbass can do basic math. That's right. 7 pieces of shit have been flushed away and only 9 remain.
Actually,
my calculation, doesn't that make you one of the pieces?
Just 9 of us. Humans are like weeds, too numerous to count. 7 of us dead doesn't mean much in the end. You're right, that's the thing we had with Kurumi, right? But just because that's true, it doesn't devalue any of your lives. That's totally what the Heartless Robot is thinking, right? Right? Fuck off. You know you believe that, you cynical dick. No, I am not thinking that. Your blatant robophobia is simply inexcusable. Hey, none of us gave up, right? I know we're all going to escape. I'm not going to rely on a god, spirits, or the dead.
I believe in you.
Just you guys. I believe in all of you. Even you, Kokichi. Fucking bastard, but we love you anyway. Don't know why, but we sure do.
Kaito.
Well, of course.
You're right. Those of us who remain can start over. Hold up, Keyboy. Hold up. Keyboy needs to apologize to everyone for the whole student council thing. And there's only one kind of apology that I'm willing to
How
accept.
exciting.
Yank your head off and smash it into the ground with all your strength. Got that? I have never heard of such an intense form of apology.
It seems like everything is settled for now. Even though we're missing her.
Oh, Kaede. Oh no, oh, you meant Himiko. Oh.
You all right?
Himiko, you okay? Anything Gonta can do to help? You can tell Gonta. Aw.
Hey,
I think we should let her have some space for now. That might be best for her.
Okay.
I remember how I felt.
Oh,
Oh, Gonta understand.
you're so dumb.
Okay. I'm not about to get pissed. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm not gonna be mad. I'm just gonna read the dialogue and it's gonna be fine. God, Himiko is such a liar.
Huh?
Because I'm a
And
liar.
personally, I don't think lies are exactly a bad thing. Well, yeah, I don't think anyone does. We all tell lies. Let's face it, you wouldn't have any free will if the world was comprised of just the truth. You know, I've never thought about it that way, but I guess that is actually kind of true, eh? But even then, I don't think it's good to lie to yourself, you know?
What are you saying? Think about Himiko's feelings a little bit.
I only said this because I thought about it.
Because
Himiko has been lying to herself about her own feelings, so she's been holding back. Oh. Holding back? I thought you were going to go along with she's faking being sad, but... Hey, what are you repressing? Why are you trying so hard to hold back?
What? Hold back.
Expressing your feelings is perfectly natural. You shouldn't feel ashamed at all. So, if you feel like crying when you're talking to Angie, go ahead and cry your eyes out. You'll feel better when you do. Well, I mean, laughing makes you feel better too. And venting your anger on a sign can really cheer you up. Train your heart by crying, laughing, and venting your anger, Himiko.
Oh, you poor thing.
Tango, Angie, I'm so lonely. I'm so lonely without you too. But I gotta survive. I'm not going to where you are. But I'm lonely. I'm so lonely without the both of you.
Himiko.
Damn it.
Himiko cried for a long time. She cried as if she was releasing all the emotion she had bottled up inside. Before we knew it, as if lured by her doing so, we began crying.
When best girl cries. Oh. I thought I'd get out of this chapter without crying. Fuck.
The tears we shed, I can't even describe it. We were crying about what we had been through and what was to come. Sadness, hatred, frustration, discord, anger, love, tears filled with emotion. At the very least, they weren't tears of submission. They were tears to push us forward. Sorry, give me a second. After a while, Himiko finally calmed down.
Yeah, certainly weren't tears of submission. I think if they were, I don't think Himiko would have had that resolve to not go where they are, in her own words.
However,
Oh, of course not. That's so cute.
No, she's fine. She's sleeping very peacefully. She's all tuckered out after crying. Robots sleep well after leaking their oils too, right?
Oh, she's so adorable. And Gonta, you're so nice.
I have told you many times
What a
that I
sweetheart.
do not use oil as my fuel source. But wow, that really surprised me. She passed out as soon as she stopped crying. Yeah, but she looks so peaceful sleeping like that.
And kind of dopey, but that's kind of what I love about her as well.
She probably felt better after letting it all out, don't you think?
Yeah. Venting out all that, all those emotions, eh?
Yeah, I hope so.
Thanks, Tenko.
Then go to
Thanks.
carry Himiko to her room.
Make sure you focus real good on your back, you hear me? You'll need that focus if you want to feel her little mosquito bites poking ya!
Stop me, you.
There's no way he'd do such a thing. Gonta is a gentleman after all.
Yeah, he's a very nice good boy. To be honest, I don't think he could feel them even if he wanted to be honest. Like with... Never mind. Let's stop talking about it.
while we were heading back to the dorms, I suddenly noticed Kaito had stopped in his tracks.
Oh.
Kaito, what's wrong?
Oh, nothing. I just want to get some night air. Don't worry about me. Go on ahead. I'm still stuck on everything that's happened, Kaito.
You sure?
Anyway, don't do something like this again, okay? If you dislike scary things, then you should have said so earlier. I thought you were sick.
Hey, you worried about me?
Yeah? Worried about your stupidity.
Oh, no. Oh, Maki. Oh, you sweetheart. Still haven't warmed up to me, huh? No, I think she has. I think she's warmed up to both you and Shuichi, Kaito.
Maybe not, but I feel like the walls we had up are coming down a little, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say baby steps, but I think she took a pretty big step. At least with you two. Not really with everyone else. And we sort of saw that with how she was talking to Miyu and Kyo. Granted, Miyu definitely deserved it, but still, you know, gotta be cooperative, but...
Perhaps those walls were her enemies. It's like she doesn't want to wait anymore.
Got it.
Yeah, 'cause of me!
Okay.
Yeah, maybe, but you sound like you're bragging, Kaito.
Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna get some air before I go back. Go on ahead.
Okay.
Sure, got it. See you tomorrow.
Got it.
Yeah, see you tomorrow!
After our goodbyes, I returned to my dorm room. I didn't notice what was going on with Kaito.
I thought it was going to be a butt. There's no butt. I've got Kaito. Oh! Kaito!
Don't have time to be dying. I still haven't gone into space yet. Damn it. No way am I gonna die here. No way.
You're going to leave me on that, aren't you? You're going to fucking leave me on that. You bastards! Oh! God, they really fucking know how to end a chapter in this game, don't they? Oh, fuck you. Oh, Kaito, no! No! Fuck! Oh my god. Oh, it's already over an hour. I didn't expect that. I thought this would be a bit shorter. It probably would have been if I hadn't spoken so much. God fucking damn. Chapter review. Okay, nice and quick. Look, I highly doubt you've skipped to this part. Let's be real. I don't think any... I'll try and make this a little bit quicker than usual because the episode's already so long, and like that last trial was real long too. So I won't. I'll try and keep it at like under 10 minutes. Like holy shit! I think that might have been one of my favorite chapters in the series so far. Like what? First of all, daily life, brilliant. Not only do you have this really endearing and engaging story going on between Shuichi, Kaito, and Maki, you also had this really interesting like group divide between the student council and everyone else. Angie, such a unique antagonist as far as this series is concerned, and honestly, just in general, right? You don't really see someone like Angie, and in Danganronpa, where usually, admittedly, things are a bit black and white typically, outside of like killers, in Danganronpa 2 specifically, like you don't really see like this moral gray area. Again, outside of like the trials sort of thing. There's like Angie herself, like had good intentions, but her methods weren't really the best. But then it seems like some other people on the council, Gonta was really the only one who like echoed any of this. But I'll assume for the sake of ease that most of the other council members agreed with or like followed more along Gonta's ideas than Angie's. But like the student council weren't exempt from the rules, that they just wanted to enforce them to make sure everyone was safe. But Angie didn't. Angie was like, student council is great, which to be honest, I kind of think Angie was gonna eventually probably move into like making everyone part of the student council. So like everyone has that freedom, but they're only in the student council once they've let go of the outside, right? I think that was probably the angle Angie would have taken. Because realistically, Angie's not a bad person, I don't think. Angie seems pretty nice, just with, mixed methods, Like her intentions seem good, her methods, not so much. So yeah, that all made for a really good daily life. And you got the mix-up of the really weird motive this time. Like super, super weird. And they completely left it as a mystery, which I really like that. I really fucking like that. And we also had Monodam instead of Monokuma for a lot of this chapter, which was also really interesting. Just to sort of get like this other perspective going on. Whereas like he wasn't really pushing for murder to happen. He just wanted us to become friends. Right? Like, yeah. Oh, what a good daily life. And you know what? Honestly, moving on from that, I think this was the best investigation in the series so far. Hands down. Like, so barely any others compete. The only one off the top of my head that even comes close is Danganronpa 1 Chapter 6's. Honestly, other than that, I don't think a single investigation comes close to touching how brilliant this one was. Danganronpa V3 so far has kept the investigations like short and sweet, and I've liked that so far. I've also liked that we've had like a different partner every single time. That's mixed things up as well. That's really cool. But yeah, like the short and sweet investigations are way better because they've always been the weakest part. That's just how it is. But this one, it was short, but so much happened. Something was always going on. You had that stuff with Shuichi and Maki when you were initially investigating both sides of the murder, which in and of itself was really good because I really enjoyed Shuichi and Maki's interactions there. Then there was the whole seance thing, which, while was a bit slow, admittedly, for what I'm praising here, it was really tense. I'm not gonna lie, at least for me. Maybe, so I'm playing in the dark when it's, it's, not exactly bright in here or outside. Well, it was kind of, well, not anymore, but it was kind of bright outside when I was doing that. It made me feel a little more tense. But maybe that's a bit of personal experience. But yeah, like that whole thing made me feel really tense, which is a completely different feeling than I've ever had in a Danganronpa investigation before. And then you also like finish it off with something really big and memorable with Kokichi's "It's a Lie" fake out. It's like, what a good investigation. And then the murder itself. This is something that I haven't really spoken about, but I think from what we're doing here, needs to be credited. V3 is incredibly creative. Like, so much more creative than the other games. Danganronpa 1 was very simple, and I liked that. It was a very simple point A to point B style murder. And that's alright. There's certainly a place for that, and I think it's good. In Danganronpa 2, the murders themselves were still quite simple, but the thing I liked there was that the talent of the murderer was always integrated somehow. I think Gundam's was easily the best in terms of that, being like an ideological sort of thing instead of like a literal used skewer with a meat bone on it, or used sword to climb out of window, or is a nurse. But yeah, no, this game, super creative with its murders. Very, very Ace Attorney, I've got to say. And honestly, I kind of love that. I kind of love that this game is being more like Ace Attorney and just being so creative. Like that's the seesaw idea and the effigy thing. So fucking creative. I love that. Even earlier in this game, the whole ropeway thing and using the magic show, well, not necessarily unique, certainly creative by this series' standards. And the Rube Goldberg machine murder, super creative as well. Oh, like, fuck me. I'm not looking forward to the murders going forward, but I am looking forward to how creative I hope they're going to be. Like, honestly, so good. And the trial itself, brilliant. I said it like going through it again and again and again and again. I loved this trial. Always moving forward. Handled the double murder way better in its like sandwich style. It still made Angie feel a little less important, but that's balanced by the fact that Angie was so important in the main story, which means, it makes her disclusion from here a little less, or minor disclusion from the trial, a little more forgivable to me. Whereas Tenko wasn't as involved in the story, but she had a much more important emotional impact on Himiko, who is another highlight of this trial. I fucking love Himiko. You already know this, but oh man, it felt so good to see her like this. I hope going forward she's going to take Tenko's words to heart and she's going to express herself a little bit more. I hope I can do her free time events now. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that. I swear to God, I hope she survives. But it actually might be looking pretty good. I didn't expect her to be the Byakuya in this game, I'll be honest. But whenever a character develops because of a trial instead of daily life, then they're pretty much geared up for survival. And I hope to God Himiko is going to survive. I want her to. I love her. But I also want pretty much everyone who's alive right now to survive. So, oopsie daisies. Also, Kyo as the killer. Super unique. Just like Kirumi, to an extent, just like Kaede. Super unique. But I think Kyo may well be Gundam tier interesting, right? Because the entire idea of his murder is entirely ideological, but it's like this twisted version, right? It's something that we could never truly understand because he's a fucking psychopath. But you can understand what pushed him to that point. Oh, I love that. I brought this up during the free times in Danganronpa 2, right? The free time episodes. That I think it was a slight misstep to hide quite a lot of backstory behind some of the early murderers, like behind their trials, i.e., Peko and Teru. Because I thought that it made like their free time events slightly less interesting, and like there were topics that they could have covered, but they didn't want to because the main story was going to do it in the after trial. I don't know if Kyo's free time events will focus on his relationship with his sister, because honestly, this explained it pretty conclusively and simply. And if you did it before that, it might ruin this plot twist. But this makes a lot more sense because Kyo is a lot more multifaceted than Teru or Peko, who are pretty basic, bland characters, let's be real. But Kyo has expressed so many interests, so much intelligence before this. The fact that he's this psychopath and the fact that he's so cleverly hidden it as well is so much more interesting than, say, Mikan just turning around and being like, poo-hoo-hoo, I'm ultimate despair as well. Granted, I said at the time, I really like the idea of the motive in Danganronpa 2. Chapter 3, don't think it was executed as well, but yeah. So yeah, easily the best chapter 3 in the series. I really, this is a problem with Ace Attorney, right? The chapter 3s and case 3s in those games just have this reputation for being bad, so like no one gives them a chance, even if they're good. Like, Ace Attorney 1, that has a good third case. It's one of my favorites in that game, actually. I know a lot of people give Turnabout Big Top a lot of shit, but I think there's a lot to like there. I actually enjoy the cast quite a lot. I know a lot of people don't, but I enjoy them quite a lot. Recipe for Turnabout, I think, is a genuinely good case, but people are like, nah, it's case 3, it's shit. Turnabout Serenade, I totally understand why people don't like that one. There are a lot of things I like about it, but I can totally understand why people don't like it. I think those are like the main 3, right? Then there's like, I don't know about Investigations 2, but Investigations 1, yeah, okay. Case 3, there's a little, I think it's probably the weakest one in that game, aside from like the first one, but it's the first one in an Ace Attorney game. You don't usually count those towards anything because it's just a tutorial. But yeah. Yeah, I hope people don't just write this one off, because I feel like people do with the chapter 3s, because like a lot of people are like, Danganronpa 1's chapter 3 is terrible, and admittedly, I think it's probably my least favorite trial in that game. I don't think it's that bad. It's the only one that I was like, that seems a bit iffy. But like, I genuinely think it's a good case. And I don't know. I worry that Danganronpa 2 is going to exert the influence it shouldn't have once again and just crush the fan perception of chapter 3s, and it's just they're always bad, double murder, blah blah blah. Also, really interesting to choose Kyo. Actually, I'll leave on this because I've gone over my 10 minutes, but I think I wrapped things up quite well here. That I didn't cover before anyway. Really interesting that Kyo was the murderer, because he's not someone I'd be like, oh yeah, we need to get rid of him. He's not going to be important. Again, like I said this during the investigation, I feel like the only character who might really fall into that is Miyu? Maybe Samugi, since she does like nothing. Gonta, at the very least, has done things. So like, although he's kind of stupid, like he still does things. Himiko, maybe she hasn't really done much, but it seems like it's because she's being geared up for some character development. Kyo has actually been helpful a lot. He's very intelligent, he's very calm, he's given good advice, he's figured a lot of things out. So it's really interesting to kill him off here. Like, that's super interesting. Because like Mikan, sure, maybe you could argue she didn't need to die, but like she wasn't really needed because of the whole medical thing after chapter 3, which was like her main contributing factor. And like her personality probably wouldn't have worked. Kyo's totally would. In a serious setting, the personality Kyo fakes. It seems like he does genuinely have it. He's just a psycho underneath. That personality is valuable, is really useful. Celeste, similarly, but she's also like a liar and a gambler and someone who really wanted to get out, which made her not valuable to like the team sort of building thing going forward in Danganronpa 1, which makes sense. Well, I mean, it makes sense to kill her off there. Plus, Celeste also serves like a double, a double sort of thing there, where it's like she's the last killer. You actually peg. I mean, because sure you get Junko, but like not really. That's a completely different circumstance. So Celeste sort of serves as like the final challenge in terms of like an individual that you need to fight against in a class trial. You could argue that Kyoko in Chapter 5 sort of does that same thing, but I think Celeste does it in a more meaningful way. Like this super intelligent person who's like way better at like lying and deducing things than you are. And to be fair, Makoto probably wouldn't have been able to solve the case entirely without like Byakuya picking up on like a single slip of the tongue that Celeste made. And even Byakuya at the time, as he said, didn't quite piece together what that meant until like a little bit later. You know. Anyway, went on for a little too long there. Point is, this is one of my favorite chapters in the series so far. Fucking loved it. I don't know. In spite of that, though, the emotional impact of V3's first chapter was so good. I'm not sure if it's like better than that one or not. I think it might be better, but I'd be willing to put that chapter above this one. I think that was a fantastic introduction, fantastic plot twist, fantastic gut punch emotional thing. This one, even though a lot of characters are, well, yeah, no, a lot of characters I like died here, and it didn't really like me in the same way as when Kaede died. And I didn't even like Kaede that much. Like, I like her, but she's just Makoto with tits. Like, everyone who died here, I think is really unique and enjoyable. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I highly doubt you watched this far, but if you did, thank you so much. This is like nearly an hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, if you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys in the next one for fucking chapter 4. God, can't believe we're winding down. We're nearly done. I'm like excited and sad all at the same time. But anyway, guys, I'll see you in the next one. And until then, bye, Anara.